Okay, we'll see how far I get into this before I bore you all to death. That's the sound of a 2-5-1 in C major at that point. I wanted to show you how to go through 12 keys. I mean, you're using the circle of fifths is part of it, but in modern harmony, I hardly even focus on circle of fifths. It's kind of is irrelevant in a lot of ways. From a classical standpoint, big deal. You want to take music theory 101 at a college level in a classical academic school, great, but you can learn all the same stuff by just memorizing some things and understanding that the circle is a analytical thing that shows you how harmony works to a very limited degree. I want to show you two basic sets of shapes. Today it's just going to be 2-5-1 with the 2 on your G string. Again, you guys know from how I tune the guitar, high E string tuned down to a D. Nothing needs to be said. But 2, 5, 1. So a 2 on your G string, 5 on your D string, 1 back on the G string. So that's a D, G to C. And we're going to do a regular 2-5-1 right now, which is 2 minor, nice clean G chord to a C major 7. And that's just a G13, G9, G13, C major 7. And some shapes that go along with that set of changes is just this: D minor, and I'm focusing on the top 4 strings, and then the G, or, and then that's a sharp 11, but I probably won't use that. I might sometimes. Okay, so that set of 2 5s is okay. Now I'm going into an altered sound. So that's the consonant 2-5-1. Right? Now we're going to alter the 5 chord and add a flat 5, flat 9, and sharp 9 in it by building the 5 chord off of the G, but a half step up, G sharp, and a diminished stack. So the 2 chord remains the same, but the 5 chord that sound. So that's, again, the first one. Shoot. This one's going to sound like this. Okay? So that's going to be it's really this chord, but with a flat 9 in it, even a sharp 9, and flat 5. Okay? And the way you do that is you build a diminished stack. There's the G, half step up, and those notes are. So let's just play with that for a second. That's going to be okay. The third one is going to be with a fully altered chord, and you can think of this several different ways. The first most traditional way is D minor to a G7, but with sharp 9, flat 9, and a flat 5. Well, if you look at that, that's just a D flat chord, D flat 7 chord, but it's actually, instead of D flat 7 mixolydian, it's D flat 7 mixolydian with a sharp 4. So that's called D flat 7 Lydian dominant. So you've got, and really all it is just a dominant chord a half step up from where you're going, the C chord. Okay? So let's look at that one again. Let's play here's the first one, to a mixolydian 5 chord. Right? Now here's the one with the diminished sound, or the flat 9, sharp 9, etc. And now here's the one with the fully altered 5 chord. It's really a 5 chord with a half step up, just like the diminished stacks we were playing before, but the half step up is actually a melodic minor scale, which means that you're actually playing a flat melodic minor over the G chord. But the way I like to think of it is just as a tritone sub Lydian dominant. So we've got, here's the diminish. And here's the stacks. Sounds cool, huh? Pretty cool. Now here's with the Lydian dominant substitution. Okay, so now that's all starting with, on your G string D, a D note or D minor chord, on your D string a G note or G7 chord of some form or another, and a C on your G string. So now here's how we're going to go through 6 keys with those shapes, and I'm just going to play the chords for you here first. We're going to go from C to B flat to A flat to G flat to E to D. Okay? D and then back to C. So six keys. C, B flat, A flat, G flat, E, wait a minute, C, B flat, A flat, G flat, E, D, C. Yes, I missed one. C major, B flat major, A flat major, G flat major, E major, D major, C. And those are all a whole step apart. Those are the keys we're going to go through. All right, and here I'll play chord lead through it first. Now turn that C into a C minor. Get you to B flat minor. Right? So now we've gone through 3 keys. We're going to head for this G flat up here in this particular thing. Okay? So, if you're considering that that's the kind of pace that we're playing the chords through. Now I could play that, but I'm going to teach that in the next video. I'm going to go all the way up here. Back to the key of C. So considering that that's the pacing that we're playing it, I'm going to use those shapes we just talked about to play first. Well, actually, I'm gonna alter as I feel it, as I'm headed. And you may hear a lot of the same types of licks, but in just different keys. So here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. To C. So I just played through 6 keys, 2, 5, 1s. Now I'm going to stop this tape. I'm going to go to my next one, and I'm going to show you how to play the 2, 5, 1 on, starting with the D string A to a D on the G string. So we're going to be focusing on the D string rather than the G string in these next 6 keys.